good to talk to everybody this afternoon. Sorry for the later video than normal. I'd gotten to where I was trying to remove a link off a picker, and it wound up taking a little longer than I thought. But anyway, I wanted us to talk just for a few minutes about something that has always been, I guess, a subject that's been near and dear to me. And that's a subject that's simply about what is it as us as Christians, what are we supposed to do when it comes to the work of the church? Too many times I hear people talk about doing the work of the church, and many times I don't think they really comprehend what it is that they're actually saying. You know, I oftentimes have wondered, if you asked 10 people inside of a church building what the work of the church is, I honestly believe that you would get several different answers. And honestly, that's disheartening, because as the work of the church is to save souls, to make sure that we're going to heaven and we're doing things scripturally, but to also make sure that we're bringing as many people as we can with us. Well, I think for various different reasons, people have gotten to the point of when it comes to the idea of work brings up a negative meaning. It's something that, people dread going to work, or the idea of taking care of your yard, or which around the house, it's generally stuff to do with cows or something of that nature. But to a lot of people, it just has negative meaning. But work should not be that way. Honestly, work can be enjoyable. But you have to love that which it is that you're doing. So when it comes to the work of the church, I want us to be able to examine ourselves and make sure that we love what it is that we are truly doing, and that we're committed to it, because then it doesn't seem like a job, but it seems like something that's enjoyable. Too many times here lately, I think that we get caught up in this idea when it comes to the work of the church, that we find ourselves in a situation to where we're not wanting to commit to actually doing something. There's various reasons for this, but I wanted to take a minute and talk about a couple of those reasons. The first reason is, I think a lot of times we do not believe in ourselves. Moses, interestingly enough, Moses being the man that got the children of Israel out of bondage through Pharaoh, through the plagues. But Moses himself actually didn't really believe in himself very well, to the point to where when he was making excuses to God, he told God that the reason he could not do what God asked him to do was he was not able to speak. So God appointed to him Aaron. But you notice when Moses went before Pharaoh, it was not Aaron that was talking, it was Moses. The next thing I think that prohibits a lot of people from doing the things that they need to is they have this idea that who I was means that I cannot go forward when it comes to spreading the gospel. Too many times people have a hard time forgiving themselves from things that they did before they were converted. That's sad. Because in our minds, we look at it as we say, well, we're not able to talk to somebody about this because I struggled with this before I became a Christian, when in reality, you're someone who should really be talking to someone about these situations, because you yourself have been in that same situation. And the next thing, sadly enough, I think sometimes people start listening to what other people say about them. And because they do these things, they start limiting themselves. I'll give you an example of what it is that I'm talking about. A lot of times people will tell people that they'll never amount to anything. You know, that's sad. And it's sad for many cases because there's been so many people with so much potential to do good for the Lord that honestly believe that they have no value within themselves. But I want us to understand something when it comes to being a Christian. You know, Jesus said to go into all the world and teach the gospel to every creature. You know, that's a simple command. To go to all the world. You know, a lot of times we have trouble when it comes to doing work because we honestly don't think we can. But Jesus wasn't giving people options. You know, if you're comfortable with it, he just said to do it. And in doing it, you begin to enjoy it. Because the reward is a reward that's not just one that you feel from being able to have brought someone to Christ, but it's a reward that will last long after our time here. I want to thank each and every one of you, and I look forward to seeing you Sunday, and I hope y'all have a blessed day.